Hi, I'm Elizabeth Townsend Guard from Just Wanna Quilt, a research podcast coming out of Tulane University Law School. Today we have a video, and we're doing a sew-along where Gigi will be leading us through Jen Kingwell's The Gypsy Wife Quilt, which is awesome. So these are videos that Gigi will produce and help us understand how to do it. And Corrie Dutton, a law student, is going to learn to quilt. So it's for beginners, advanced people, even law students, and it will be great. So I hope this helps. So where do you find the pattern? Jen Kingwell's pattern can be found at Amazon. It's again called the Gypsy Wife Quilt. It's super popular. You can also get it at Uptown Needle and Craftworks here in New Orleans. Just look them up online and call them, or at any quilt shop. So get the pattern and join us.
Okay, this is actually Hourglass take 4, but we're going to just scrap those other ones and start here. I've actually have 2 Hourglass blocks started so that I can demo it a little bit better than I did the last time. So you're going to take your 2 squares that you've cut, put them right sides or pretty sides of fabric together. You'll take your ruler, whatever ruler you have, and you're going to draw a line. You're going to center it from down the center. Well, this ruler works a little differently. Okay. So it actually already has a 1/4 of an inch on either side. So if I line this center line up right down the center from corner to corner, I'll be able to just do my lines on either side, and it's a 1/4 of an inch. If you don't have that, no biggie. Take your ruler, put it here from corner to corner, and draw your line straight down there. Then come out a 1/4 of an inch this way and do a dashed line and a full line when it's a cut line. Then you'll come to the other side and you'll do a 1/4 of an inch on the other side. Okay? So let's go ahead and let me draw that very quickly for you all to be able to see. I have a light colored fabric, so I'm going to just use a pencil this time instead of my washable marker, hoping that you all can see it. Make sure you keep everything lined up really nicely, really straight, and that will help you. With your lines. Down the center will be a cut. Okay, so you can see I have a dashed line and a solid line. The dashed line's for me to sew on, and the solid line is for me to cut. So when I finish doing that, I end up, after I cut it, I end up with 2 half square triangles. I'm going to press them to the darker side, but always doing the same thing on both of them. So here you'll see I've pressed the seam to the darker side, and I will, that way when I nestle them together, they're going opposite directions, right sides together, and they nestle right together and form what we call little dog ears or little cat ears up at the top, you'll see, right there. Okay, see what that's there, and then that one's there. And then we have opposites to each other. So I'm going to press this again, using a pressing motion, trying not to slide. It can make them kind of stretch out of shape if you push it too hard. Now I'm going to draw a line. This is going to be my line for cutting. I'll do a 1/4 of an inch dotted line on either side. So give me 1 second. I'll draw the dotted line. Okay, so I've drawn the dotted line. Let's see if you can see that. The dotted line is drawn. That's my sew line. is my cut. And when I go to cut it, I'll end up with an hourglass shape. Now, I recommend pinning. That's great. Pinning is awesome to help you keep it straight and together. The other thing I recommend is if this is my sew line, so just inside that line, not on that side, but on the inside of the line to help you give you a little, so it won't be too small. It'll make it just kind of the perfect size. All right, so hold on while I sew this together. And then I'll take my scissors and I'm going to cut on my center line that went right down the middle, right here. And I will cut with 2 hour shapes. I'll fold my, and this is where it really can get wonky because it's on the bias. So we want to be real careful not to stretch it. So I'm going to put it on the ironing board. First, I'm going to press the seam as it is like this. I'll just press that seam out. So hard to show y'all without being able to have the camera all over. I'll press it and then I'll open it up. Okay. Okay, and you can see how if you've gotten your seams just so, you get a nice little point right in the middle. Now we're ready to add our outer border onto this. So, and put them right sides together on either side. So I'm going to put one here, and then I'll put one on the bottom side, right sides together. And I'll sew it 1/4 inch. And then I'll add the 2 other outer borders. So give me now I'll press it again. So you can see I've got those 2 sewn on. I'll give it a good press. I can add my other 2 borders for this section. So now I'm ready. And I'm always very happy when I'm showing y'all something when it actually matches up. Because sometimes I've done it and it's like, all of a sudden this piece is way down here. I'm thinking, uh-oh, what did I cut wrong or what did I sew wrong? But it's actually matching up this time. Very helpful when you're doing a demo. So I'll sew this one and then I'll sew to the other side piece of fabric. So hold please, I'll be right back. So I now have those outer borders on. I'm going to press that. I think I'm going to cut this during 4th of July. It's all red, white, and blue. Now my other outer, now again, you always start with your smaller border piece. The longer one. Here we go. And we're going to do the same thing we did before. You'll sew it on, you'll put it on, and then after you get this one on, you'll add your other borders, moving your way out, always doing the shorter ones first. And that will give us our double bordered. And I think that's it. I don't think I think that everybody gets it. Do you get it, Corrie? That's the big question.
I get it. I made mine the other day actually because I went ahead and I was like, let's try it.
Oh, nice. Good. You are so good. Nice job. That looks beautiful.
I like my.
Do you lay them all next to each other now that you're getting them made?
Yeah, to pick out the other colors because me and my mom did.
Yes.
We don't really have scraps, and so we were like, we're going to make ours very organized.
I love it. And mine is like total scraps. And I keep digging in other little bins. I'm like, oh, here's a piece that might work.
Yeah, and we're like, let's bring out a little orange, a little blue over here, a little gold over here, and silver.
Nice. And it's so funny because when you're working with scraps, it makes you very frugal because you're like, I love this color and it's the only one I have that, so I don't mess up because I don't want to ruin what I love.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we have a ton of the silver, and so we're like, we should bring out more silver.
Oh, nice.
A lot more.
Nice. Make sure you cut strips with it if you want to have strips with it later.
Oh no, our strips are a certain color. They're a background like sky baby blue.
Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I want to be surprised.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go add my second border on, and I will see y'all later with Puss in the Corner.
This is Elizabeth Townsend Guard from Just Wanna Quilt. You've been listening to Gigi take us through an aspect of the Gypsy Wife quilt by Jen Kingwell. Make sure you get the pattern. You can get the pattern at Amazon or Uptown Needle and Craft Works here in New Orleans or at your local quilt shop. You need the pattern to be able to understand what's going on, and then Gigi helps us through it. So join us. Come play with us. Come to our Facebook group, Just Wanna Quilt. Go to our website and be part of our newsletter where we'll help you through the Gypsy Wife quilt. That's justwannaquilt.com, spelled WANNA, Just Wanna Quilt. And of course, listen to our podcast. It's available on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, and if you get a chance to like it on those, it would be super awesome.